Alright y'all, so today I want to talk about why skateboarding is not a waste of time. Now, to many skaters watching this, you already know that, and you already know why you're skating, and you love it for what it is, but to many other people, it seems like it's kind of a hard concept to grasp, especially when you look at it from like a monetary point of view, because let's face it, unless you're Nigel Houston, Tony Hawk, or Stefan Janowski, the chances of you really reaping a ton of reward from all of your hard work is very slim, you know, it's very slim to none. And what's really interesting is you have all these phenomenal pros who will do the most mind-blowing tricks you've ever seen. They'll spend years, and I mean years and years and years of their life dedicating themselves to this craft, and financially they don't really receive much in return, you know? I mean, if you just take a look at what Mikey Taylor has to say about the average salary of a pro, it's not something that you would imagine when you're younger, you know? We have this kind of fantasy that there's a way that we could make millions and millions of dollars while also living our dream of just skating every day, and it is possible. It's just a lot harder than you would probably think. And so from that point of view, I can understand, you know, especially if you're skating not to become a pro, it's like, why are you even doing it? You know, you're not getting anything in return. But that right there is the whole issue, and I want to speak just objectively about it, because it's more than just the love of skating. It's more than just how cool your tricks are. It's more than just you know, it's more than just like the style of your skating. There's so much more to it that people seem to be closed off of. So I just want to go over just like a little rant about it. And so the first thing that I want to talk about is the principle behind skateboarding. Even if you're planning to just skate just to learn a few tricks and dip out or whatever, even if you're skating just to have fun, to hang out with the homies, you're not planning on going pro or even planning on getting sponsored, the principles that are embedded in skateboarding are so valuable to anything in life, because skateboarders, among almost any other person, are some of the people who have the most perseverance towards achieving their goal. And that is something so valuable in any aspect of the world, is to be able to just fail, try again, fail, try again, fail, try again, until you finally achieve what you're going after. And to go off of this, it's such a great mental habit to fail, look at what you did wrong on that trick, adjust, and then try something new for the next time. And this is something, again, that can be applied to literally anything. You saw what didn't work, adjust it a little bit, and try it again. And skateboarders are the perfect example. Like, the amount of mental strength that skateboarders have compared to anyone else is just so amazing. It's just non-comparable, because a skateboarder will literally spend hours and hours and hours on a trick that might not even look that cool, but it's more so just the satisfaction of knowing that they landed the trick and they achieved their goal. And to go off of this, people outside of skateboarding will never understand how much confidence it gives the individual to know that they spent all this time, hours, minutes, days, months, years trying this trick, and they finally achieved their goal. It's literally a physical form. It's literally a tangible form of achieving your dreams, but in skating. Even if it's at a really small level, like learning a kickflip. It's the idea of you're literally watching someone try and try and try and try and try and try again until they land it. And that is just, I can't stress enough how important that is in any sort of aspect ever. And because of me skating, I have this mindset going into anything else that I do. Anything that I want to accomplish, just like this YouTube right here, I'm just looking at it the same way that I look at skateboarding. You know, a failed video, let's say, like a video that doesn't get a lot of views, to me is just like a failed attempt at learning a new trick. And so now I look at it, look at the analytics, look at whatever, and I adjust. Now maybe the next time I'll be a little bit more exciting in the intro, or maybe I'll change the thumbnail a little bit, or maybe I'll change the title, whatever the case may be. And this is a direct translation from skateboarding. You know, maybe if I'm trying like a big flip or something and I don't land it, maybe I'll switch up the foot position, maybe I'll switch up the speed, the angle. You know, there's just so many parallels between skateboarding and real life that are just so valuable that people don't understand. Second off, the amount of opportunities that are within skateboarding is very, very undervalued. Because people think, you know, when you're talking to someone outside of skating, I would imagine the public perception of skateboarding is just a whole bunch of like stoners hanging out at the park. And so like the whole community is just a bunch of people who would rather skate than work, and they're all these bums or whatever. But you would be surprised by how many people are able to do some incredible things because of skateboarding. Like look at Tony Hawk, for example. Obviously he's an exception, but he was able to use his talents and tap into the video game industry and have one of the most successful skateboarding video games of all time. His series is iconic, and people that don't even skate play his video games. He was able to tap into this because of his connections with skateboarding, the things he was able to do. He had the buzz from the 900, and that's another thing. You're starting to see a switch, especially today. You're starting to see a switch from skateboarders who were just known from being excellent skaters to tapping into different industries. Like I said with the video games, but now more recently with film, you're seeing so many pros that are tapping into into new movies. You're seeing like Illegal Civ with North Hollywood. You're seeing like We Are Blood from Mountain Dew, I believe. You're seeing a lot of these name brands like Red Bull, Mountain Dew starting to incorporate skateboarding elements into movies and other films, TV shows, whatever the case may be. You're starting to see a little bit of an overlap here, and skaters are becoming more than just skateboarders because of the connections that they have within the community. One guy, maybe like let's take this guy Nico Haraga, for example. He played a character in this movie on Netflix called Moxie, and just think about how it went when they were trying to cast someone like Nico into the film. They were looking for a skateboarding scene and they wanted a really good skateboarder, and because of his connections that he made within the skateboarding industry, he knew all these people, all these pros, all these companies. They were able to find this guy, and because of all the connections he already had a presence online, which is something I want to bring up right now. Now more than ever is a time where people can create a brand of themselves or just a presence online because of their amazing skate abilities. Before Instagram, before YouTube, before social media, I could understand the idea of skateboarding is a waste of time. It's a lot harder to put yourself out there, so to speak. But now you have access to literally millions of people. And if you take kids like this guy Felipe, this 13-year-old kid that everyone watches, because of his amazing skate ability, he is now a global phenomenon, and he knows all these different people in the skate industry, and he could essentially do whatever he wants to do. If he wants to be in a skate film, he can go tap in on that end. If he wants to, do things, if he wants to do things related to video games, he has all these connections. He has these connections with Steve Barra and the Barracks and all these top pros. Everyone knows about him. He has connections with all the name brands that everyone wears: Nike, Adidas, Vans. There's just so much that you can do with it. Hopefully that is a good little rant, and peace.